In this video series, we will go over parallel line analysis in MyAssays Desktop. In this first video, I'll provide an introduction to parallel line analysis and the pre-installed PLA protocol. Parallel line analysis protocols are used to assess the parallelism of dose-response curves in biological assays. Your MyAssays Desktop installation includes multiple PLA protocols. These protocols are ready for use or can be used as templates and modified to meet your needs. I'll go over the single-plate PLA protocol here. Within the MyAssays Desktop Explorer, on the Protocols tab, I'll open the Relative Potency with Constrained 4PL protocol. Once the protocol has opened, we can see a description of the analysis performed on the Overview tab. So this analysis prepares dose-response curves for each sample, plotting the measurements versus concentration. An unconstrained fit is computed as well as a constrained fit, constraining the upper and lower asymptotes to match the reference sample. The EC50 value is calculated, as is the relative potency. Using the Measurements tab, we can copy and paste in our measurement data, or we could use the Import Wizard to import the data directly. We can view the data with a plate overlay, a heat map view, or we can view the data in 2D or 3D, clicking and dragging to rotate the view. On the Microplate tab, we can view and adjust our plate layout as needed. You'll see the layout I'm using has a reference sample in row B, a control sample in row C, and unknowns filling the rest of the plate. We can select a different layout from the available layouts here, edit a layout, or create a new layout using the Plate Layout Editor. For more information on how to use the Plate Layout Editor, please see the associated video. Finally, the Sample IDs tab will allow you to enter or paste in your sample IDs. You can also import your sample IDs using the Import Wizard. If we open the Properties control, on the Transforms tab, we can view the data analysis configuration. For the PLA protocol, the goal is to compare dose-response curves from unknown or control samples to a reference sample. To do this, we have two dose-response curve transforms. The first will display the unconstrained dose-response curves, and the second will constrain the curve fits to the reference curve sample. Viewing the first dose-response curves transform, we can see the associated settings. This includes which samples are included in the transform and their dose arrangement. We could select a dose by group or by position. By group will allow you to specify the number of replicates and dose values, while by position will open a plate layout and enable you to enter custom dose values in their appropriate positions on the plate. The Evaluations section of the transform displays the evaluations that will be calculated for each sample. In this case, the R-squared, bottom, top, hill slope, and EC50. The second dose-response curve transform is configured in much the same way. You'll find the same sample types included and the same dosing arrangement. But you'll notice that the Constraints section contains two constraints. The A parameter and D parameter are constrained to the A and D parameters of the reference curve. There's also an additional evaluation, calculating the relative potency. The relative potency compares the C parameter of the curve to the C parameter of the reference curve. Let's calculate our data. On the report, you'll see we have 4 tabs at the bottom of the screen. The Constrained tab shows the dose-response curve chart and fit evaluations for the curves constrained to the A and D parameters of the reference curve. You'll notice the fit evaluation table also shows the relative potency calculation. The Fit Data Constrained tab displays the calibrator tables for each of the dose-response curves. The Unconstrained tab shows the unconstrained curve fits as well as their parameters, and the Fit Data Unconstrained tab shows the calibrator tables for the unconstrained fit. In the next video in this series, I'll demonstrate how to configure a custom PLA protocol from scratch. If you have any questions about how to use the Preconfigured PLA protocol, please email us at support@myassays.com.